football's a part of life. So if I'm going through a tough time in my personal life, sometimes it can come out in football. And just like anyone of you struggle with family issues, work issues, when you come to football, them issues don't just go away, you still got them. So yeah, I would struggle with some stuff, whether it's like a family thing, and the way that I get over it is just to, I think I've learned over time and with age to just be really open about it. So I would talk to someone, whether it's the gaffer, some of the boys, and just say, look, this has happened, or this happened at work. Like for example, on the weekend I had an issue with my brother, and so I couldn't come to the game on Saturday, and I just said to the gaffer, look, gaffer, I've got to go and sort my brother out, and just complete understanding, yeah, no worries. I said that I'll talk to him after about it, just to explain what happened, which I did. And I think for me, I've arrived at the place where it's better to talk about it rather than, I don't know, if I just didn't turn up on Saturday, that would be a bit crazy. So it's better to just talk about it and be really open, and yeah, then everyone's got an understanding. But that does take like a level of maturity and stuff, I think. So
when you're a little bit younger, you're just fully focused on what you're doing, and don't get me wrong, you still have sympathy for other people, but you're sort of trying to focus on what you're doing. And as you get older, you see things and you probably appreciate, he's probably going through a bit of a tough time there, I'll sort of help him out. 3-4 seasons ago, we had a young player I was playing with at Boreham Wood called Kane Smith, who had and still has really, really bright future. Lots of clubs were interested. He was having an unbelievable season for us, and in the semi-final of the playoffs, he did his ACL, missed a whole season of injury, and went from that sort of feeling of playing men's football week in, week out, thinking I'm on the cusp of maybe a big move, and then suddenly it sort of came crashing down, and he has a year's worth of in a treatment room with one physio, not really around the boys anymore, socially a little bit secluded. You're seeing everybody else go out to training, and you're literally stuck in a physio room with one physio every day, knowing you've got 10, 11 months ahead of you of this every single day. That sort of, it's very hard to sort of keep positive every single day. You go back home and talk to your family and friends, and you playing now, I've still got 10, 11 months left. All that sort of stuff just becomes you carry it with you.
When you see a player injured, he's off for 6 weeks, sitting on the bench, he's seeing people train. How is he feeling? How do you get him through it physically and mentally? I
think it's very hard, so I'm much more of a very positive person, so I will always try to find the positive in a negative situation, but not everyone thinks like that. So especially with players who have long-term injuries, it's literally trying to keep their morale up, keep them motivated, keep them interested, which is the biggest and the hardest thing. So I tend to just say, do something you enjoy. If that's golf, go away, go outside, and also change the scenery, I think is really good. So instead of being in, for instance, an academy gym, send them to a first team gym, send them to their local gym, go swimming, like just trying to get them interested in other things that can aid their recovery process.
With the younger players, their anxieties come through maybe more game-related issues, as well as the peer pressure, so what happens outside of the club.
Do you think get a lot of peer pressure?
I think it's about trying to fit in with them more so. So when they transition into the 23s, it's a big jump for them. So socially, it can be quite challenging, and if you don't have the right cohort around them, or say management team around them, it does make it a bit more difficult to integrate into the group. Right. So that's their main issue, integration.
Not too long ago, I think it was an away game, and one of their players must have got in a row with one of our players because of a bad tackle, maybe, and everyone got all heated, and then I came in and pushed the guy away to get him away from the whole scene, and he said a racial comment. No one else heard it but me, so I had to express to everyone what's been happening and what's been said and stuff. And obviously it's hard, and it's upsetting to hear from another young player and what language they're using. Him basically calling me a black is like, wow. So then I got frustrated, and then the Tooting Mitcham coach is really dealt with it really well. Literally asking me, do you want to continue playing the game or not? But obviously I love football, so obviously I want to continue either way. No matter what someone says to me, I'm just that type of guy. So it's hard to hear from other young perspectives that someone else has to call someone names to get into the head of some sort. I just feel upset. At the same time, it's one of them things where I'm not calling me I'm black, but it's that shouldn't be the case, why you should be calling me names. So for them, message to everyone else, just block it out. And first thing you do is tell your coaches, tell the referee what's going on, and I personally think definitely they're going to stop the game and like ask, are you alright, and sort of whatnot. But yeah, that's the main things really.